I am here in Salisbury, Maryland. I've been here for a week. I've been visiting my family and friends, and the reason I have had a week off is because I quit my job. Now that doesn't sound like such a wise idea. It doesn't sound like anything very good to have done, but I did it. I have a plan in place in order to find a new job, and I can tell you that if the plan doesn't work, then the economy is either a lot worse than I thought it was, or I'm just stupid and I don't know how to interview and it's my fault. But anyway, let me explain to you why I quit my job. At my store with the Gap, you guys know I worked with the Gap, um, the management team was just not very good. I'm not saying that I'm not including myself in that general like management team because I felt like I did my job to the best of my ability, but I wasn't given the resources I needed in order to actually fulfill all of the responsibilities of my job. But it goes like this. The general manager, while she was a very lovely lady and very nice, she just didn't know what she was doing. At least that's how it appeared to me. There would be things that me as a level 4, that's the bottom of the chain when it comes to managers. Not even a manager, we're called an expert, okay? So we're not even considered managers, but we do everything a manager does, basically, and they just call us something else so that they can pay us less. There were things that I knew needed to be done that she wasn't doing, and I was like, I'm not saying I could run the store any better than her, but she wasn't doing them, and I knew they needed to be done, so I was looking at that and thinking, oh, she has no idea what she's doing. So there was that, and then there was the matter of a lot of my time was spent doing other things that I just did not need to be doing. Specific example is me coming in at 8 o'clock in the morning, LODing. No, I usually came in at 6, so we'll say 6. Coming in at 6 o'clock, opening the store, getting everything settled for the first 2 hours, opening the store at 8, then LODing, which is being the manager on who is available to the associates if they need help, and taking care of other stuff on the floor. Doing that for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes I wouldn't get to take my lunch until like 12 o'clock. And I'd been there 6 hours. So from basically from 6 to 12, I would not be able to do anything visual or brand, which is my job. So I would go to lunch, I'd come back, depending on the day, around 12 or 1, and I would immediately be put running a floor or ringing on a cash register when there's stuff to be replenished or there is a display to be reworked or something like that. And I couldn't continue like that because it's hard having people come in and look at the store and you know that it looks a mess and you don't want to give them excuses, so you just take the blame. Like, you just say, I understand, I completely agree. You can only do that so many times without looking like a fool. And when you know that it's not your fault that you look like a fool, you can't continue in that situation. Or at least I could. I know that if I was given the resources and the time and everything else, I could have had that store looking amazing. And also, for the last 2 months, I was basically running the store visually. Now, that is a job for someone who's a level 12. The management is broken down by number, so an associate on the floor is a 2. I was a 4. There's a level 7, there's a level 12, then there's the GM. The level 12 quit, and I was basically doing his job. And I was getting paid $13, $12.99 an hour to do his job. Now, I've talked to people, and even to do my job in New York City, $12.99 is not enough. I should have been making at least like $15. And you make those compromises when you think you're with a good company who's going to help you grow, but then you realize it's not happening, and you just can't do it anymore. So those were my reasons for quitting. It ended up that I just went there every day, and I didn't enjoy it like I used to when I worked with people who understood what was going on and were willing to give you the resources you needed. And also, I hated overnights. We had like 2 overnights every week, and you have no social life that way, because you do 2 overnights in 1 week. So Monday night, let's say you work on Sunday. You do an overnight on Monday night, and then you have Tuesday off. But you really don't have Tuesday off, because you work until 6 or 7 o'clock Tuesday morning. So you're working on Tuesday. But you go home and you sleep until 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You get up for maybe 4 hours, and you go to bed at like 9 or 10 again, and you get up and you go to work the next day. So you work Thursday and Friday. Let's say you work Wednesday, and you have an overnight on Thursday. You have Friday off, but you don't, because you worked until 6 or 7 o'clock that morning, and then you sleep the rest of the day, and then you go to bed that night after only having been up 3 or 4 hours, and then you go to work on Saturday. Tell me when I actually had time to like rest or relax in that week. You didn't. And so I was done with that. I actually was done with that with the first night I did an overnight. I was like, oh no, this is not going to work. So I can tell you, I'll tell you this now. On my phone, I think the second week I was there, I put a little event or like reminder for every day. So at 9 o'clock every day, my phone would buzz and it would say, find a new effing job. And now I leave that reminder on there because now I have to find a job. So that is what happened with the Gap. I am happy I quit. Let me tell you what my plan is for finding a new job quickly. I have about 2 months worth of rent saved, and I can use that to pay my rent for October and November and find a job. So I have the rest of September, all of October, and all of November to find a job. If I can't find a job in 2.5 months, like I said earlier, there's something wrong with me, and I don't need to be living in New York City. So I will just come home. I will find a job here. I will live with my parents until I get established in my job, and I will move out, probably find a roommate, and start life here. And then someday, eventually move back. Who knows? I'm not gonna, I can't worry about it. For the past 2 or 3 months, I've been so stressed with work that I'm done with stress. Literally, I'm done with stress. I don't want to stress anymore, so I'm not going to worry about it. If I end up back in Salisbury, that's where God wanted me to be, and that's where I'll be. That's just all there is to it. There's no like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm coming back. Because I very well may be coming back. I don't think so. I think I have enough chutzpah to get out there, and I'm a hard worker, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find a job that will help me get along in New York City. So that is what happened. That is what's going on with me. I'm going to make a couple more videos just discussing certain topics I've been thinking about lately, because those are the more interesting videos that I do. Me just talking about my life, I know is not interesting, and it's only for really for people who um, are friends of mine, or who are family, or people who are just interested in my life for some strange reason. So that's a recap of what's been going on right now. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you later.